Well, the news of capacity restrictions now easing was celebrated by many restaurants earlier this week. But for one Pittsburgh staple, it was a little, too late.
Yeah, the Carlton restaurant announced that it will be closing its doors after 37 years in business. People will be able to say their final goodbyes on May 27th at the Final Pour event. It's a wine sale and taste testing event from the Carlton's well-known and extensive wine collection. So it'll be a nice farewell, but sad to see it closing.
I have nice memories from that place.
Yeah.
Special dinners we've had there.
We really do know that it's been a tough year for so many businesses. And now that the weather is warming up and masks are coming off at a lot of establishments, are you eager to get back out there and support a local restaurant?
Well, our friend and fellow foodie, Klein, joins us now for today's Dining Dish. He is here to talk about his picks for Pittsburgh Magazine's Best Restaurants Guide. And I don't even know, I mean, we have so many good restaurants in Pittsburgh. How do you guys even put this list together?
I mean, it's a process, right? So it's, first of all, it starts with taking good notes throughout the entire year. So I've, spent a lot of time. I'm already working on 2022. And, this year was a little bit different because a lot of the dining happened during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And we didn't do a Best Restaurants Guide last year. So this is our first one in 2 years. And so it's, it's taking notes, it's talking to people. I send people out to restaurants, we have a lot of discussions. And then it's looking at a bunch of different things. And so, it always comes down to at first, like, is the food delicious? You're going to get a great meal there. And then, it's looking at design and decor, which really changed this year because it was a lot of dining outdoors. So a little bit of that, didn't play as much of a factor in. Is it interesting in its way? Does it sort of fit? Does it fit its mission in a way that's exceptional? So it's broadening the reach. So it's not saying that, a white tablecloth with a certain kind of service is best as compared to a place that maybe does amazing sandwiches, because amazing sandwiches can be just as best. So it's looking for the best in all capacities. And I think this year we came up with a really fabulous list that I'm really excited about. I'm so happy we were able to share it now.
So we have a copy of the magazine here. I was able to flip through it a little bit, and 31 restaurants made the list. And this cover shot, I saw this on Instagram too as a preview. It looks so good.
It's amazing. I just, Laura Petrilla's photos in this are so incredible. Throughout the magazine, the work she does all year is amazing. And in Best Restaurants, it's exceptional. So you're looking at Everyday Noodles, which is, a really amazing place. I'm so happy it's on the cover. You're looking at their soup dumplings, but also this year, one of the things that I think you'll find throughout the list is that I started eating a lot of food that was like in different parts of the menu. So I would always go and get soup dumplings, but this year I'm like, man, that pickled pork and mustard green soup is incredible. And I would go sit and eat it in the park, and it brought me a lot of comfort. So there's a lot of that personal stuff in the list this year too.
You talked about how varied the list is. Like, someone can do really good at this type of food or this type of atmosphere, but you, when you're putting the list together, kind of lean more towards casual restaurants, right? I mean, you have something for everyone, but a little more casual.
A little bit, especially this year. So I think in previous years, maybe the layout's been different, but this year, because we had so much dining for takeaway, outdoor dining, and then really just that need to like connect with like comfort food, right?
Right.
That made the list really lean towards that. So you'll see a lot more of that. But I think it also reflects the way we're just dining in general right now, which is not to take away anything from fine dining, because that's really important too. And I think as, we start getting comfortable going back to restaurants, as restaurant staff is vaccinated, so we can go there and feel comfortable that we're not going to put anyone else at risk, that sort of like high service might be something that we're going to be looking for again. So, it's like, it's having that, it's a good guide has a mix of a lot of different things.
Right. I'm sure that as you went to each one of these locations that you heard stories about how hard this past year was. You mentioned Everyday Noodles. Who else is on your list?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, there's so many places, so I would say, places that I connected with, I talk a bit about Bar Marco and how that really has been a place that I've been going to since the day they actually opened. You're looking at CHENGDU Gourmet right now, which is, such a great restaurant. It's such a, I'm so excited to go back. LADYBIRD's Luncheonette, which this was exciting because this, I think, part of the list this year really expanded the geography a little bit. And so LADYBIRD's Luncheonette happened on a July day where I was just looking for something to do and took a drive up to Elwood City and was just blown away by the food there. It's really, really incredible. And you get sweet things there, you get savory things there. I think you saw Apteca, which I think for me was a restaurant that really found a way during the pandemic to keep its identity, really get even deeper into the stuff that it does, and really excel. And so, you know, it was like seasonal stuff. Now you're looking at back to the FOODTURE, which was a place that I loved. That they just moved to the South Side. So they just 2 weeks ago moved there, and you know they've been on the show with you guys. I know. Look at that hamburger; it's amazing. It's a hamburger and a grilled cheese sandwich, all in one. And so I think, you know, when you're looking at this, PUSADEL'S Garden, which just reopened after a 2-year closing and a massive renovation. So you're looking, you know, again across the board at a variety of different cuisines, a variety of different styles. You've got the meat plate from GAUCHO, again, like another Laura Petrillo photo that's amazing. And so I think it's a real celebration of what we have to offer in Pittsburgh.
Right.
And I think it's, you know, when you look at this, especially in the intro, it's having perspective of what we've just gone through, but also looking ahead to what we're going to have next and what we're going to have in this year. And I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Once again, Hal, you have made us hungry.
We knew that was going to happen.
We appreciate
Also,
it.
just want to give a special shout out. My dad just turned 75 yesterday. As you can see, it's a different background.
Happy birthday,
I'm out in
Dad.
California, so I just want to say, Art Klein, that I love you. You know, you're great.
Yeah. What's his name?
Arthur.
Arthur, happy
birthday, Arthur.
You should be so proud of your son. I know that he is, I'm sure.
Thanks, Hal. Happy birthday, Arthur. Really, so many great places
to eat. You can find
this
in the June issue of Pittsburgh Magazine,
which we have right here. We were just going to tell people, you can look for all of this, the cover story for Hal's best restaurant list on the magazine now and online.
I'm not kidding. I'm totally hungry right now.